Good evening, everybody. Today we're going to discuss my lesson plan for the government section of Second Opinion. The title is going to be Government Regulation of CAM, also known as Complementary and Alternative Medicines. So my content focus is going to be focusing on how the government affects the CAM industry. One of the essential literacy strategies will be reading a research paper on the CAMs themselves. Right here we have the standards. So for California History Social Science, it's going to be 12.10. Students evaluate and take and defend positions on the scope and limits of rights and obligations as democratic citizens, the relationship among them, and how they are secured. When we actually get into the actual lesson itself, the students are going to be looking at how the CAM industry is regulated and how that affects the relationship and the rights between the government and the people themselves. The ELA standards are taken out of the World History standards, and it's going to be 11.1.E, provide a concluding statement or section that follows from or supports the argument presented. And for the ELD standards, it's going to be taken out of Part 1, Point A, Point 2, collaborate with peers to engage in a variety of extended written engagements and complete grade appropriate writing projects using technology as appropriated. So they're going to be focusing on exchanging with one another ideas and using written words as well. Learning objectives include explain the principles that underlie federal regulation of CAM in general, identify the benefits and drawbacks of 5 controversial examples, and apply general regulatory principles and evaluate the government's attempt to regulate these 5 practices. The assessments will include a formal assessment in which the students will fill out a graphic organizer, and informal students will share their findings with students out loud, in which the instructor will pay attention to and verify if the conversation needs to be directed in some other direction. Language function will be explained because the students will need to explain their findings from their research with one another and also during the group assignment. Additional language demands. So for vocabulary, I put down drugs, rituals, and pharmaceutical. The reason why I put down drugs is because of the fact that drugs has a two-way notion, one as an illegal substance and the other one as a medical health benefit. In this occasion, it will be used as a medical benefit. Students will be applying discourse. Students will be sharing their ideas via groups and via a written response. Materials and resources that are needed are going to be internet access, the CAM research, and graphic organizers. Student prior knowledge, they'll know what CAM is and how the government plays a role with the health of the public. We now go into transition from a previous assignment or activity. There's going to be a 2-minute example or 2 minutes of review for the examples of the CAM that the government had an impact from yesterday's lesson. And the hook for today's lesson itself is have the students think over the possibilities of a life-saving herb or practice that the government prohibits it. And I want them to think about this throughout the day of the course of the lesson. How would they feel about it? And they will discuss it. In our focus instruction, or also as the I do portion, I take 3 minutes to review FDA and how it contributes in controlling what is sold in the government and how the FDA has control over the healthcare. And I'm going to end the lecture with asking students if they see if this is a violation of the people's rights. Differentiation and scaffolding will have visual aids on the slides and abbreviations spelled out so that they know what we're talking about. Finally, or secondly, during the we do portion, we're going to pass out the CAM organizer and follow through with it, and then have the experts go around the classroom. Provide sentence starters in the whiteboards for differentiation on how for the experts to begin their lecture. And then finally, in the I do portion or you do portion, students will begin their 1-paragraph report. And then the closure, the last 5 minutes, we'll discuss their views and ask them if they have any different views on once we have done the research. The last part of the lesson plan will have the actual assignment itself, along with some of the resources needed, as well as the graphic organizer. Thank you very much.